Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, and that's right. You read the title, another one of these videos where I give my thoughts on a subject and so on, and yeah, that's right. My thoughts on Star Wars Celebration Japan. Yes, Star Wars Celebration that was held at Japan. Yeah, well, it came, it went, and yeah, lots of exciting and fun things that happened at Star Wars Celebration Japan, and that was really awesome that for this year's Star Wars Celebration, it happened in Japan. So yeah. So for me, because, well, obviously, and I'm sure for a lot of you, we attended and watched the streams on Star Wars' main YouTube channel, where, yeah, Star Wars Celebration was happening in Japan up to April 20th on Easter Day. Well, I mean, when that day came, because, yeah, that was it. So, yeah, that marked the end of this year's Star Wars Celebration in Japan, and what it left us off, and what to look forward to with what's coming up next in the world of Star Wars, and also, you know, the merchandise that was shown, new merchandise, surprises, goodies here and there, just, yeah. So, yes, so I'm going to be going through what was talked about and announced at Star Wars Celebration, and, of course, including, you know, some things that happened with the guests that were there and so on, just, yeah. I will point this out, first off, if anybody knew this, that Oscar Isaacs, aka Poe Dameron, Moon Knight, I remember hearing this, and I'm sure you did too, where originally he was supposed to be present at Star Wars Celebration Japan, but he had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. He wasn't able to attend this year, and you know what? I think we would get a good idea why not able to attend this year. And because I mentioned Moon Knight, well, yeah, anyways. More than likely, but alright, so, thought I'd mention that. But yeah, and to talk about the guests that were there while I'm on that subject, and to stick with that, because yeah, from the cast of Ahsoka, Andor, Anthony Daniels, Hayden Christensen, and two new faces that have now stepped into the Star Wars family, Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling, oh yeah. But until I get up to what they're involved in, so yeah. And each of them coming out, you know, the specific, one specific room where, you know, you come out and, you know, that. Each of them, even some of the Lucasfilm crew members like John Knoll and the writers and directors, that was really cool to see them come out, you know, and have their spotlight. But yeah, and, and on Anthony Daniels, because yeah, that was hilarious that, you know, bubble wrap him and to keep him occupied and such, you know, safe and sound for Star Wars Celebration 50th. That was pretty good. And, you know, what a good sport Anthony was at that. So, yeah. But anyways, so with that out of the way, because I wanted to talk about, you know, the celebrities who were there, the guests and such. Also, by the way, Alan Tudyk, who was there as well. Yeah, because, well, when we get up to Andor Season 2, we will finally see K2SO. And that was really awesome and funny that Tudyk shared the story where when he encountered Anthony Daniels, and when, you know, he told Daniels that he was wearing a motion capture suit and, you know, what Daniels said to Tudyk, and Tudyk took it as a compliment. I'm sure you know what it is, but yeah. All right, anyways, so getting into what was announced at Star Wars Celebration, and I tried to look for something where, yeah, because everything that was brought up and announced at this year's Star Wars Celebration, yeah, so. Okay, so, Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Yeah, me, personally, I didn't even expect, nor did I know anything that we would be getting a third installment of Star Wars Visions. But, hey, why not? I've enjoyed the first two seasons. Yeah, and definitely Season 2, Volume 2, I should say, they really expanded more than just, say, anime style, you know, because they did, not only did they do a bit of anime, but they also did some of computer animation and stop motion. Nice to see. Even Artman did something Star Wars as well, so yeah. But yeah, Star Wars Visions Volume 3, well, I mean, I don't know that much about what to expect for Star Wars Visions Volume 3, and I'm sure the same goes for some of you. And unfortunately, I didn't really pay attention that much to what they were saying about Volume 3, but I have no doubt, of course, that Volume 3 of Star Wars Visions will be excellent. There's no doubt about it. Alright, so yeah. And, you know, of course, when we get a first trailer and so on, yeah, there's no doubt that it will be awesome, and what more stories they have involved, what they're going to what Volume 3 is going to offer to us, and with the animation. Yeah. Okay, and one other thing, because it says right here, Star Wars Visions presents The Ninth Jedi. Well, I don't know anything about this for now, but yeah. The description reads, longer form stories from Star Wars Visions are in the works. Okay. Okay, even there will be continuation of Kara's story from the Ninth Jedi. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. And Child of Hope, alright. Okay, also, continuing on. Also, Industrial Light and Magic, or ILM for short, they are coming out with a new book for their 50th anniversary. And yeah, I actually didn't quite realize that this year marks ILM's 50th anniversary. You know, not to mention that, unbeknownst to me, we had gotten a season 2 of Lights and Magic on Disney+. Oh yeah, I look forward to watching that. I do wonder because, well, obviously the trailer for season 2 came out, obviously, around the time when Celebration was happening, but I don't know, I mean, surely because Lights and Magic Season 2 would have been announced at Celebration? I mean, come on, you know, because Lights and Magic, it was Star Wars gave birth to Industrial Light and Magic, so just, yeah, anyways. But, yeah, that's going to be awesome to see what their new book is going to be like, and their previous book. I mean, I used to get a good chunk of nice books, like behind the scenes and history and such. Like, I had one of Pixar, I had one of Looney Tunes, a bit of Disney, just, yeah, those books are fun to have. So, I don't know, maybe one of these days, I don't know, but there's no doubt that ILM's next book will be pretty good. So, yeah, how can you not enjoy something, like reading a book of, one of the most popular, one of the best visual effects houses of movie making. Just, yeah, all right. Also, yeah, I don't have that much to say about these two. Well, because there was a cosplay show, that showcase that happened, but I don't think we didn't get any footage of that, at least not to my knowledge. But yeah, I have no doubt that, well, for this year's cosplays, they were pretty good. I did see one where someone was dressed up, pretty impressive cosplay, dressed up as a destroyer, that roll round. That was pretty cool. But yeah, no doubt that for this year's cosplays, for this year's Star Wars Celebration, they were fantastic. All right, and yeah, this one, I don't have that much to say. Smuggler's Run, Galaxy's Edge, it's apparently making its way to, well, something Star Wars is making its way to Fortnite. Oh, yeah, because, yeah, but also, okay, yeah, there were some updates on the Smuggler's Run, which I know by now, because, yeah, I mean, we're going to get some Mandalorian material to Smuggler's Run, so that'll be fun. As for, say, the whole thing of Star Wars coming to Fortnite, I don't have that much to say. Just, yeah, anyways, so, continuing on. So, yeah, by the way, because, yeah, the updates we had gotten for Andor Season 2, actually, I don't know, because I like to stick with what this article has and, the list from going up, but, yeah, you get my point. Well, some video games that were announced, like, yeah, I mean, for those who love playing the Star Wars video games, obviously, yeah, this is pretty exciting for you all. Especially since I saw where Hondo is to make an appearance, which that'll be cool, so yeah, in one of those Star Wars games. I can't place the name, but you know. And also, yeah, Zero Company was announced. Okay. Now, I don't know that much about it. Okay, let me see, because Zero Company will give us a perspective of the Clone Wars that's never been seen before. Okay, and it is going to be a video game, so yeah. Well, hopefully it'll turn out pretty good, and for the Star Wars fans who love playing the video games. Okay, alright, so, Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past. I think, yeah, I've been meaning to watch this, I'm pretty sure. And as of now, it's getting another season, and judging by the poster, yeah, because, you know, with Ahsoka, Chewbacca, that green alien rabbit, what's his name, that's finally technically making his way into Star Wars, besides the comics. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out the first season, and I'll have to check out the trailer itself, but yeah. Well, overall, I'm sure that'll be fun. Anyways, also, if anybody didn't notice this, there was a droid chef that was out there on stage cooking and such, which that was pretty cool. I liked that. Even one of those droids that's like, you know, that's Captain Rex, that breed of droid, was out there too on stage. That was awesome. Also, something to do with the Old Republic is coming out, and, well, obviously it's another video game, so yeah. And again, for the Star Wars fans who love playing the games, yeah, hope you're looking forward to that. Okay, so where have we come up to now? All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about, you know, 2 upcoming Star Wars movies that we know are on they're on their way, especially one that's very new and that's just been announced for the first time fully, officially. So, first off, let's talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu. Well, we know that this is coming, and as of Star Wars Celebration, this year, and at Star Wars Celebration, we had gotten more updates, and what to, so far, still expect for The Mandalorian Grogu. Like, first off, we know by now whom Sigourney Weaver's going to be in The Mandalorian Grogu. She'll be a good character. She'll be with the Rebellion, an X-Wing pilot, and so on, and that will be awesome to see. And some exclusive footage that we had gotten at Celebration. Now, obviously, it didn't make its way to YouTube, but for those who attended and were at the Mandalorian and Grogu panel, it was a private panel, because, yeah, while Celebration was streaming on YouTube, not once did they didn't show and turn to the panel for the movie. Yeah, so, again, we had gotten new footage, exclusive footage, and those that, filmed with their phones and leaked it out there, yeah. I especially got to see it on Facebook, and I even showed it to my mom while I was FaceTiming her. We watched it together for the first time. An exclusive clip of what the film's going to look like, and, with Sigourney Weaver being there and what her character's like. And already, and looking at the footage, she won't be a disappointment. Besides, this is Sigourney Weaver we're talking about. Also, Rada the Hutt. I've only seen a leaked still shot of Rada's appearance in this. And yeah, because from what I've heard, he'll be muscular, he'll be a muscular Hutt, and so on. But yeah, the more we get from this, and when a trailer comes out, and we get more looks at, Weaver and Rada the Hutt in this, and also the fact that Zeb's going to be in this, yeah, overall, can't wait. I can't wait. We all can't wait for the Mandalorian Grogu film. And not to mention that at the panel, Grogu himself did come out. Jon Favreau carried him out. That was adorable. Okay, next up, Starfighter. Yes, it's official, because I know I've heard a little bit about this, where apparently Shawn Levy, was going to be working on a Star Wars project of his very own. And yeah, it is official, because obviously he's going to be directing something Star Wars, and that, of course, being, now that it's officially titled, Star Wars Starfighter. And whom is going to be starring in it? Only one cast member has been announced, and that being Ryan Gosling. Oh yes, that's going to be exciting. That'll be awesome to have both Ryan Gosling and Shawn Levy in the Star Wars family. They're now a part of the Star Wars family. And Ryan Gosling, who's going to be one of the main stars for Starfighter, it's going to be awesome. He's definitely going to fit well in the world of Star Wars. I mean, technically, and as of now, we had him say in the Blade Runner sequel. If you think about it, apart from Harrison Ford, because, Ryan Gosling doing really well in something science fiction, but basically Star Wars being space fantasy, but you get the point. And also, we've also learned directly from Shawn Levy that Starfighter is going to take place a few years after Episode 9. My thoughts on that, I don't know. I mean, look, as much as I'm looking forward to Starfighter and to see Shawn Levy do something Star Wars, and the fact that we're going to have Ryan Gosling, I don't know. For me, I'm a bit hesitant on, how far into the future Star Wars has done, starting with the sequel trilogy. I'm just saying, because I'm more used to where they've been at, because with the Old Republic and up to when, we have the Empire, and even after the Empire's defeated and during the Mandalorian era. I'm just saying, okay? Bear with me. Maybe you guys feel the same way too, possibly, but yeah. And no hard feelings on the sequel trilogy. I know, say what you will about the sequel trilogy, but, But yeah, just overall, I look forward to Starfighter, and the more information and details we get about Starfighter, then we'll have more to say. And me, of course, when I do another one of these videos. But yeah, Starfighter, I can't wait. Let's see what you got, Shawn Levy. Okay, so it was announced, right? But I didn't see it. I didn't see that it was announced during Celebration. Lights and Magic. Well, it's not lights. It's just light. Light and Magic. There's no S. Yeah. Season 2 of Light and Magic. Yeah, so technically it was announced at Celebration, but unbeknownst to me, I didn't see anything where it was announced. Also, some of the merchandise that was unveiled, like those Death Troopers, whom we first saw in Rogue One. Yeah, one of them's getting a helmet. Yeah, there's going to be an official helmet, and that lights up on the bottom, the green lights. That'll be awesome. And the action figures, they'll be pretty awesome. From Hasbro, they're doing Star Wars Legends and such. Yeah, that's awesome. And also some really cool artwork that we had seen. And yeah, this is it, because Star Wars Outlaws, A Pirate's Fortune. This is what I mentioned earlier about Hondo. So that's really awesome. We're gonna get Hondo in a Star Wars video game. Also, Monopoly Go. Oh yeah, because of the Star Wars Monopoly Go and such. But yeah, it's really awesome. All right. And these are the droids we're looking for. I guess, again, I have this article where, because I've got all the information I need of what happened at Star Wars Celebration, but yeah. All right, also, let's talk about the fact that this year, and because, with there being a special panel for this year marking the 20th anniversary of Lucasfilm Animation, not to mention, they made a very awesome poster, of celebrating 20 years of Lucasfilm Animation. Almost the entirety of the characters from Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance. Yeah, just, that is so awesome. And I'm sure, you guys have seen the poster, and if any of you have gotten your copy, I'd like to have my own copy. I mean, but anyways, because that poster that I saw, really cool, and all the characters that were inserted, I wonder, because I'm pretty sure they had to, reanimate, well, kind of, they just had to reanimate them, just, in a stilled shot, to, pose them, basically, especially some of the characters and, how they interact with one another, and a few of the clone troopers, how they're positioned, not to mention, there's one stormtrooper, if anybody by now noticed this in the poster, there is one stormtrooper, his look and design, it comes straight from Star Wars Detours. Does anybody know and still remember Star Wars Detours? Well, if you didn't notice and look carefully, I'm telling you this, look carefully, a stormtrooper from Star Wars Detours is in that poster. That's deep cuts, man. That is deep cuts right there. Wow. Nice on them. Nice on them inserting something Star Wars Detours in the poster. Well, because obviously, Lucasfilm Animation was doing the animation for Star Wars Detours. Yeah, that's great. In fact, there was a special trailer. Well, kind of. I mean, it was just a special film where, going through the history, kind of Lucasfilm animation. That can almost be like, say, a documentary. That'd be awesome. And also, at the very end of that, there was a little surprise shown, and not to mention, because as I recall, this was the first time ever that it was announced at Star Wars Celebration Japan, and that being something of Darth Maul. By now, he's finally going to be getting his own show, animated show to be more precise, Oh yeah, that's awesome. One clip was shown at the very end of that special video of, celebrating 20 years of Lucasfilm animation. The last, clip we saw was Darth Maul. He ignites his Sith lightsaber, and that was awesome. And the title of the Maul animated series is Maul Shadow Lore. Yeah, that's an awesome title. And we already, have a description / story for what's gonna go down, basically, in, Maul Shadow Lore. Because, it encompasses several aspects of his character, and actions within the Star Wars universe, including his role as a Sith Lord, his leadership in the Shadow Collective, and his continued quest for revenge. Yes, and obviously, because, this also including Crimson Dawn, and also, not to mention, he will be getting a new apprentice. Yeah, because as we all know, he unfortunately lost Savage Opress, but now he's going to get a new apprentice, and it's going to be a Twi'lek. Twi'lek, yes, that's going to be cool. And I think, by now the Twi'lek's name has already been revealed, I think. Yeah, because it does say right here that, he also faces, he gets a new apprentice, which will be a Twi'lek, you know what I'm talking about. But he's also going to be going face-to-face with an Inquisitor. I take it this will be his first Inquisitor that he will come face-to-face with. And the Inquisitor is, Merrick. Is it the same? Yeah, I think it would be the same. It would be the same Inquisitor that we saw in Rebels, would it not? Yeah, because, we know that in the Season 2 finale of Rebels, the Inquisitor is going after Ahsoka, Kanan and Ezra, and when they come face-to-face with Maul, the two Inquisitors, and they meet up with, so it is him, Merrick, his species, I forget the name of it, but, if I remember do so, I'll put a text of the name of his alien species, where they're high jumpers and such, and it's that same species whom female stole Ahsoka's lightsaber in that one episode of Season 2. So that's great to see. We're going to see more of Merrick, because sadly, we didn't get that much of Merrick in Season 2, and the fact that he was killed off, so his Inquisitor lightsaber was damaged when it was propelling, and he fell to his death, but but that's great to see. We're going to get more of Merrick, and the fact that some characters in the realm of Star Wars animation, some that we didn't get that much of, as of now, we're getting more of. You know what I mean? And Merrick being one of them. So it's great to see that we're going to get more of Merrick, and I presume that whom voiced Merrick will obviously come back. So, I mean, because he was the Inquisitor that was hunting down Maul, and, because it was announced that we were going to get an Inquisitor for Maul Shadow Lore, who would it be than Merrick? So, and I think I am pronouncing his name right. Pretty sure, But anyways, so I can't wait for Maul Shadow Lore. There's no doubt that it'll be awesome, and I don't see why not if it's going to be in the same animation style as Clone Wars and The Bad Batch. Why would it not be? Also, the time and setting of Maul Shadow Lore is taking place just 1 year after the Clone Wars came to an end. And obviously, the last time we had seen Maul, when he escaped, and after the whole thing of the Seed of Mandalore, he escaped, the Imperial cruiser, and when he escaped from Ahsoka, yeah, obviously, yeah. That's after seeing him then, the next time, we'll see him in his show. And you know, coincidentally, I don't know how many of you would remember this and how long you've been following me on the Little Blue channel. I did do a video giving my thoughts on the possibility and rumors that Maul was getting a show of his own. And shout out to one of my bros, Anchorman. He knows what I'm talking about. He left a comment on my video. There have been times when I've made those videos, especially something Star Wars, what I did with Maul, and the one video I did talking about giving my thoughts and, like, you know, what if Cad Bane showed up in the Bad Batch? I nailed it. I called it. How am I good at that? Well, that goes for all of us. We're sometimes quite good at that stuff, are we not? So, yeah. Not to say that I'm psychic. I'm just, you know, hey, it's a coincidence and just comes out of the blue. But, yeah. But, yeah, just overall, Darth Maul's upcoming animated show, I can't wait. And, of course, Sam Witwer, obviously, once again, rightfully so, reprising the voice role of Maul. Can't wait. Now, if there's anything else I missed that was announced and talked about at Star Wars Celebration Japan, please let me know in the comments section, because, yeah, I think that's pretty much all, you know? Also, to talk more, okay, I didn't talk about Ahsoka that much, because, yeah, Ahsoka Season 2, the updates we had gotten, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. The updates we had gotten so far as of now for Ahsoka Season 2, well, by next week, well, and as I record this, and with this upload, I think by now, because, yeah, they have started working on Season 2, because that's what they announced it. You know, right after Celebration Japan is over, which it is now, they're going to get straight to work on Season 2. Hayden Christensen, he announced that he is coming back as Anakin for Season 2. Also, you know, the rest of the characters who were in Season 1 from Hera, Sabine, Ezra, Chopper, they're obviously coming back. And they didn't mention anything about Mon Mothma. Well, I would assume she would come back. But also, new additions, well, also, yeah, Thrawn coming back and those two Inquisitors, and What's-Him-Face, who will be stepping into the role that the late Ray Stevenson played. It's great to see that they will continue his character, and What's-Him-Face, who will be playing that character, wants to really be true and to honor Ray Stevenson. Yeah, that's great to see. Even what Dave Filoni had to say, that's great. Thrawn, yeah, him coming back, and, yeah, the new additions to Season 2, well, there's one character that we didn't have in Season 1. He was completely left out, but we are getting him for Season 2. Zeb. Yeah, for a lot of us, we were wondering, where the heck is Zeb? He should be there with the other Rebels characters. But don't worry, have no fear, he is going to appear in Season 2. Not just him, but also Admiral Akbar, he's going to appear in Season 2, and Filoni brought this up, that Akbar and Thrawn, they're going to go face-to-face with one another. They're going to go into combat with each other. Yeah, and also the fact that there's going to be a war happening in Season 2. Just, yeah, what was announced so far about Ahsoka Season 2? Ugh, I can't wait. Season 1 was excellent, and me and my bro, Anchorman, we had done our review on Season 1. We are obviously caught up on it, and yeah, if anybody wants to go check it out. But yeah, I can't wait for Season 2, and I'm sure you guys can't wait either. And also, who knows, because you never know, because on, like, yeah, whom was announced to be appearing in Season 2, well, who knows? Because I've been hearing rumors, and I'm sure you have too, where possibly, maybe, we could get, say, Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman. That's possible, but obviously it'd have to be in the flashbacks, because, yeah. And if there will be any other flashbacks, like what was done in Season 1, mainly with the World Between Worlds, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, I mean, I could go on talking more, and, you know, again, if there's anything else I left off, that I didn't talk about, that was also announced and such at Star Wars Celebration in Japan, please let me know, yeah. But yeah, just overall, what happened at Star Wars Celebration Japan, the announcements, the fun stuff that happened here and there, the surprises, the guests that were there from the cast members of Andor Season 2, Ahsoka Season 2, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Starfighter, yeah. You know, I will say this, because I mentioned about Oscar Isaacs not being present. It's amazing to see that Pedro Pascal managed to show up. I mean, obviously, because, you know, he's obviously currently busy with, you know, Avengers Doomsday, but that's nice to see he did manage to show up. Yeah. But yeah, just overall, Star Wars Celebration in Japan, everything that happened there, that was awesome. And what about you guys? What did you think of Star Wars Celebration in Japan itself, with everything that happened there, from the guests, the announcements, everything, just everything that happened? And for those of you, pretty much, yeah, like me, watching Star Wars Celebration Japan via live streaming on YouTube. But if any of you, by any chance, did actually get to go there in person, please feel free. I'd love to hear if any of you went there, yeah, and what your experience was like. But yeah, just overall, what did you think of Star Wars Celebration Japan? This year's Star Wars Celebration Japan, are you looking forward to the next one? And, you know, with what all I've had to say, and yeah, just overall, what did you think of this video on, you know, me giving my thoughts on Star Wars Celebration Japan, etc.? Leave comments and give this video a like, as always. And so, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me giving my thoughts on Star Wars Celebration Japan. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and until the next Star Wars Celebration, peace out, and may the Force be with you. Always, as Anchorman would say, to finish off, you know, whatever video we do doing Star Wars. Yeah.